Warfare: The Legacy Collection is a remaster with enhanced visuals of the fantastic 1917 and 1944 Flash games from the Armor Games website. There's also a brand new campaign, Battle of the Bulge. Either way, if you've never heard of these games before, wow, you're in for a treat. These are sort of like military management style games where you command a sort of force of troops that are in the middle of combat. Let me explain what we've got going on. We're going to jump into the 1944 campaign here, which is going to sort of demonstrate exactly what's happening. We've got some upgrade points and some abilities to upgrade units, which I'm very excited about, but we're not going to get to that quite yet. What we're actually going to do is we're just going to sort of jump right on into the battle so that I can explain the mechanics. They're hardly complex, but I'm going to explain them anyway. We have got our supply over here. Every, whatever that is, X number of seconds, 10 seconds, 8 seconds, 5 seconds, whatever it is, we are going to gain additional supply up to a maximum of 800. We can use that supply on a whole bunch of different soldiers. Riflemen cost 200 RP. We got an assault team, which costs 300 RP, and we've got a bazooka team, which costs 400. There's a little bit of a cooldown as well. No upgrades available to us at the moment, but we will indeed have that. And we effectively, for this level anyway, have to breach the position. Now, what we really want to be doing is using the assault team in order to try and get behind the enemy lines, but I'm going to build a bazooka boy, and we're also going to use the assault team just to see how this sort of works. Now, there's a pillbox up on the beach over here. This is, of course, the D-Day invasions. As you can see, my assault team get a heck of a lot closer. Let's deploy an assault team up there. Deploy his bazooka team to the middle, and we'll deploy some riflemen as well. We might as well use up all of our resources. So, yeah, we're basically coming in from the boats. As you can see, there is a sort of ground taken bar up at the top here. It's not going to change much because the German forces are staying exactly put at the present moment, which is fine. I mean, we don't really want them to be moving. My bazookas, there we go, in action. Brilliant. My assault team doing what they can. There's also a little morale meter here. Effectively, if there is a large-scale amount of death, then the morale is going to drop. Now, I think, at least in the early stages of the campaign, going to get some more bazookas to see if we can try and target this pillbox over here. At least in the early stages of the campaign, I believe that the morale is sort of being artificially held up because, I mean, we are just throwing bodies at this pillbox over here. There's a lot of explosions happening. It's all kind of wild, but we just need to hope that the bazooka gets through and we can maybe do some more damage on the top line and bring in some cannon fodder, riflemen, to the bottom. Either way, if morale collapses, it's game over. Everybody runs away, which is exactly what we want to avoid at all costs. And we also want to try and achieve our objectives at all costs. So there's a bunch of different objectives. For now, it is to try and destroy this this pillbox over here. Okay, there we go. Just took an extra minute or two, but we've nabbed ourselves. We've nabbed ourselves some points, which is quite nice. Some bonus XP, bonus experience based on performance. I don't think we did that well, to be honest. The Germans killed 53 American soldiers. I believe it. Either way, as we go through the campaign, there's a bunch of different sort of little unlocks that we are going to get access to. For example, we've got a new unit available, which is kind of cool. We also have the ability to upgrade some of our units. Grenades, riflemen and assault teams have been supplied with grenades, or officers will have aircraft support available. Interesting. Our tanks roll significantly faster. We don't have tanks at the moment. I'll take damage, to be honest. Let's go glass cannon. That seems like like something that we can do. And then we'll jump on into the secondary mission and see what we've got. So, we are going to be coming from the left over here. Looks like the Germans are going to be moving. There we go. Yeah, they're going to be moving. There's no real cover. It looks like there's cover at either side here. There's no cover on the sort of central line. Probably wanted to try and push up to get my riflemen into a position where we had access to the little sort of cover over here, but we'll deploy an assault team in order to try and speed that up. Remember, we've got this 30 cal team now. Good versus infantry when entrenched. So if we want to get the 30 cal team into a position, then why don't we get them over here? I don't think it's going to count as an entrenchment, but it will certainly count at least as some sort of cover, which is going to allow us to take the advantage. Also, you can see the morale bar is going to be much more kind of responsive now. There's a machine gunner over there. Right, bit of a problem, but at least our soldiers up at the top are holding on. We've got another upgrade point to use. Do I want to use it on defense? I think I will use it on defense. Our units will do more damage when attacking from flanks. Something to consider. Not something that I'm overly bothered about right now. But hey-ho. Let's also bring in some soldiers in on the sort of main line. We can also choose to advance our soldiers if they're not advancing, or you know, if they're just going to hide behind wherever it is that they are. But I mean, with that, it looks like we will get to the edge of the map, and when the edge of the map is arrived at, it's victory time. Excellent. Bonus XP. Love it. We absolutely crushed that mission. That was very, very quick. A sniper is now available to us. A lieutenant is available to us. Lovely, lovely stuff. Morale, faster reinforcement, grenades, flanking. I like the idea of the flanking bonus. That's pretty darn cool. But I also love the idea of getting grenades on units. That is pretty darned banging. Let's go for it, and let's jump in. Right, munitions. I mean, this takes me right back. I absolutely love. Let's see how far we can push up. If I can maybe make a quick little play in order to get some soldiers up to the, I guess, this little pile of logs over there. We'll do that. We'll get a secondary bunch of troops in there. We'll move you forward. Brilliant. And sure, we'll bring in a lieutenant as well, which is going to provide a morale boost for us. I think this is going to be a challenging engagement. The sniper is on the back lines over there. It doesn't look like this is actually going to provide cover for us, very irritatingly. I would really like the ability to throw my grenades. Did that work? No, it didn't really work out. Sniper is just chilling. Let's bring in another sniper down on the bottom rank over there. Brilliant. Did my lieutenant end up getting cooked? I think he ended up getting cooked. I need to be able to reinforce this. I need to be able to reinforce this log pretty consistently. So let's see if we can try and bring in some more riflemen as regularly as we possibly can. Sniper, you need to push up. Absolutely, you need to push up. Bring in some more riflemen. Please, 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 please try and hold this log. It's going to be a little bit of an effort to make it happen, but I think we just need to overwhelmingly overwhelm what's going on. Oh, I see. You've got a mortar over here. That's not exactly ideal. I would very much like to throw a grenade to see that in action. Alas, I don't think I can. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about the 30 cal team, but we now have a pretty large critical mass of soldiers. Is that actually going to be enough just to take us over? Just to take us over to the edge. Let's see if we can try and nab some points right now. Smoke grenades added to units. I'll take 10% faster recruitment and maximum morale. Sure, we've not really had any morale issues thus far. We've actually just had a pretty darned easy time, which is quite nice. A bazooka team, great. The bazooka team were available on the D-Day landing. That's fine. We've used up all of our points. Cool. All right. This is going to be some armor. This is going to be some armor, and I'm a little bit apprehensive about what's going to happen here. Right. Things are getting much more complex, as I'm sure you can see. Let's bring in a 30 cal team, bring in some soldiers, just so that we've sort of covered all of our entrenched positions. The enemy are going to be moving up. That is something that I need to bear in mind, but I've got good protection over here. That's important. There we go. And you know what? Actually, bring in a sniper down here too, and maybe even a lieutenant. Let's push this. Let's push this position. Get the sniper moved up. Let's get you moved up as well. Aha! This is what I am a little bit worried about. We have got an enemy tank, which is just going to absolutely mow through these boys, I'm afraid. Throw more grenades. Okay, they're just going to throw ahead of them, and that is useless for me, unfortunately. We got the bazookas on the back lines. We're gonna keep them there. And in fact, we're going to bring in some more bazookas down here. And Yeah, all of my riflemen have been wiped out, as expected. But that's alright. Move you up. Where are my... Oh, maybe that was a bit... Maybe that was a bit too far forward. Either way, we gotta hope that the bazookas do the deed here. We'll get some more bazookas in place. Oh my goodness gracious me. There is a lot of... I need some cannon fodder. I mean, I need some riflemen. We got 2 bazookas. Whoa! Don't... Okay, they immediately jumped over the wall and decided to destroy themselves. Fine. Can we bring in a lieutenant? Bring in a lieutenant. You gotta stay there. Okay, we got the tank. I didn't even realize we got the tank. Brilliant. Yeah, there's another one. There's another one. There's another tank. Okay, hold on. Officers will have aircraft support available. Yes, I'm interested in that. I'm very interested in that. So we have an officer, right? We have an officer here. You have got aircraft support. Yes, that is what I need. That is what I need. It's going to cost me quite a lot of points, but that's okay. Bring in some soldiers. Bring in a sniper over here. This absolutely needs to be a line that we take back. We cannot allow any troops to get here. Right, we're going to bring in some air support as soon as I have the points. Bring it in over there, and then... That did something. It didn't do much, but it's okay. Okay, throw a smoke grenades. That didn't do much at all. Bring in the bazooka team, and we got to hope that one single bazooka team is going to be more than enough to win this. Okay, good. Good. This is going to be brutal. Don't let them over the wall there. Do not let them over the wall. My bazooka team was taken out because we clearly just did not have the reinforcements that we need. We need one more bazooka team, I'm afraid. I also need to push. I need to push riflemen here. I need to push riflemen here. The tank is burning. The tank is burning. We just need one... Oh my lordy, there's so many tanks. There's so many tanks. There's just so many tanks. One shot from the bazooka. It didn't even get the shot off. Oh, you're kidding me. You're absolutely kidding me. We'll deploy some soldiers. We have lost all of our ground. The soldiers could do nothing against tanks. Wowzers. Yeah, that is tough. That is very, very tough. Ground loss, we've been defeated. Let's roll it back, shall we? Okay, we need to be much more strategic this time about how we play things. I'm immediately going to see if we can try and get bazookas up and running. I want to get a sniper as well down here. Let's not push forward. Let's push the bazooka team forward. We got a sniper as well. Let's push the sniper forward, and we'll also get some troops down in this vicinity. But let these chumps destroy themselves. No, I didn't really want you to move forward, but that's fine. Right, so we need to basically try and save for bazooka teams. That's what I'm thinking. We need to try and save for bazooka teams. We could get a lieutenant, but I don't think that I particularly want to do that. Also, I think that there is this issue that only one single group of troops can sort of stay behind a barricade at a time. So I'm afraid, riflemen, you guys are going to get pushed forward to over here because we need the space for bazooka crews, and I really desperately do. Unfortunately, this sniper is going to end up dying. That is a great shame. I'm going to bring in some regular sort of troops in order to hopefully protect the bazooka troopers. Right, you're going to get moved forward. You're going to keep going forward. We're going to bring in some more... we're going to bring in a lieutenant over here. That's fine. Brilliant. Okay, we now have two bazooka troopers. Let's get a aircraft call in. Nice. Brilliant. Okay, seems like we absolutely destroyed them over there. Let's keep pushing. Keep pushing, keep pushing. Bring in a sniper over here. And then bring in... Oh, my lieutenant has bravely decided to cower behind the barricade over there. Right. Still need more bazookas. Probably want to get an additional lieutenant. Bring in the aircraft before he dies. There we go. Good. At least we got the value from that. Let's push you. The bazooka bro is still available up here. That's good at least. Bring in some troops. I do not love the fact that We've got some bazooka boys on the front line that are going to be indefensible, but that's okay. The tank was taken out. That's brilliant. Sniper is moving up. Quite happy for you to chill out over there. And in fact, let's bring in a friend. You know what? Lob a grenade. Perfect grenade situation. Lob another grenade. Beautiful. I mean, 2 for 2. Fantastic. So another tank. There's another tank. You hate to see it, quite frankly. Very unfortunately, looks like my lieutenant is immediately going to throw himself into a deathly situation. Right. Is there anything else that we can do? I really would like mortars. I'd love mortars, but that I think is coming next. Morale from flanked. Damage for assault. I mean, that's going to cost me 2 points. Let's save up a few more points. It's fine. Okay. We just have to hope. We just have to hope. Let's bring in some more riflemen up at the top here. We're going to try and swarm the top. This is my new plan. We're going to try and swarm the top. Don't know how on earth those troops ended up dying. We just have to pray. Right, bring in some bazookas at the bottom. These guys aren't long for the world. At least the bazookas have got, like, really, really decent range. That's quite good. Move up, move up, move up, move up, move up. That is a very foolhardy move, Potato. That's probably going to cost me my bazooka capabilities. The third tank is proving to be troublesome. I'm going to save. I'm going to save my supply. I have to save my supply. Let's see if we can try and get a lieutenant in here. Lieutenant into the bottom. I need to call an air support. I think that should be enough to take this tank out. And also, hopefully, the troops in front. Beautiful. Holy cow. Okay, not actually as easy as it looks. I mean, really quite a challenge. But the mortar team has been unlocked. Very, very keen to deploy the mortar team. Mortar team accuracy? Don't hate that idea. Don't hate that idea at all. And it would allow us to save some more points for some other stuff. But hey-ho. Hedgerows. Okay, let's immediately try and deploy at least to a position that we can try and defend. We'll try and get our... I tell you what, we'll use a mortar team. What the heck? We'll use a brand new mortar team. That's some bazooka boys, by the way. That is worrying. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Oh my goodness, that is super effective against me. We're gonna have to just... We're gonna have to combat... We're gonna have to combat them with overwhelming force, just straight through the center. This is my plan. Let's also bring in an assault team up at the top here, because these guys are going to get absolutely gunned down. Absolutely. And the mortar team is just going to stay on the back line and hopefully provide a bunch of sort of covering fire. You've decided to move your machine gunner forward. That is a bold choice. That is a bold choice that is probably going to end up paying off for you. I haven't really used my 30 cal team, have I? Not really. Now would be a good time. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get the 30 cal team into position here. We'll move you forward so that we can allow... There we go. So that we can allow the whole... We can allow the whole 30 cal team to do what needs to be done there. I think we're now in a position that we could maybe look to try and take over. We got an assault team coming up, which is fine. Bring in the sniper over here. Do I want to try and push the 30 cal team? You know what? Let's try and push the 30 cal team. It's maybe a little bit foolhardy, but we'll give it a shot. Mortar, good suppressing fire. 30 cal team didn't make it to the hedgerow over there. Throw grenades. Did that do much? No, not really. And I spent like quite a lot on grenades. Holy cow. We need to protect the mortar over here. That is a little bit late. Throw some more soldiers at it. Throw some more riflemen. Yeah, morale is low. I'm acutely aware of that. Oh my goodness. There's just a wave. There's a wave here. Holy cow. The good news is that they're not getting into the defensible position up on the top lane, and it will allow me just to sort of spam down a few additional points. Give me 15% faster recruitment. Minus 20% resource points cost. Yes, I'm saving for that. That's absolutely what I'm saving for. And in fact... We're not a million miles away from it. Okay. That's good. We managed to defend our mortar, which is quite exceptional. But we need to be a little bit more selective about who we're putting into harm's way here. The good news is is that the enemy doesn't have any fighting potential here. Let's... As in, nothing to hide behind. Although I do need to be a little bit prudent about what I do. Bring in some aircraft support to take out the top line. And a good time as well to do it, because it looks like the enemy just decided to march straight on. My lieutenant is horrifically alone there. That's alright. Bring in some more troops on the top. And let's go, 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 go. Run, 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 run. I've saved up some points for aircraft supply, which I immediately just got rid of. But apparently the mortar is doing a final job itself. Let's see if we can try and get air covering fire. Let's do it. Nice. Didn't do as much as I was kind of hoping for, but that's fine. We're making progress on bringing an entrenched team. Nice. Yeah, we're actually doing not too badly. We're not doing too badly at all. Let's move forward the riflemen. Let's move forward the riflemen. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And you know what? I'll take a minus 20% supply. Thank you very much. That is excellent. Okay. Bring in another commander. That's fantastic. Oh, I'm just loving this. I'm absolutely loving this. It takes me right back, you know, to an era of just fantastic flash games. I mean, this was the way to game, you know, back in the day. Let's move the mortar team forward. I don't think it actually matters. But let's move everyone forward. Heck. Let's go. Let's go for a little push. I say a little push. This is what we need. We need a big push. Okay. We'll have one last... There we go. Enemies at breaking point. Fantastic. Okay. So we managed to hang on there. That was quite close. That was very, very close, in fact. Oh, look at that. A Sherman tank. Heck yeah. That is what I am talking about. And we've got some upgrade points. 25% tank movement speed. Artillery available. That's what I would like. I would love artillery. Yes, please. So that's going to be another officer ability that we can use. 20% to infantry movement. 40% damage to machine gun team. That's kind of huge too. A lot of big upgrades here. A lot of big upgrades that I can get some utility out of. Right, let's deploy... I mean, what are we even looking at here? Oh, some tanks. Okay. We're going to deploy a tank on the middle here. We have to. We're also going to deploy a mortar team. How much does a tank cost? 800 RP? That is a huge investment. There's also absolutely no cover for my troops, so they're just going to get immediately annihilated. Oof. Hate to see it. I don't think there's any cover on any line here. This is just sort of straight up European plain combat. Not plain as in... you know, boring or interesting, just plain is in terms of this is the Great Plains, you know, this is where we're going to be. My tank has 25% movement speed, so that's good at least. Call in an officer. Brilliant. And that officer can maybe do a little bit of there we go. Air supporting. Which did not do what I thought it would do. I really thought we would be in a better position there. Okay, well, we need to call in an artillery strike. I also need to... I mean, we need to keep this mortar alive if it's all possible. Yeah, so the tank is going to be a real issue. The tank is going to be a real issue unless we counter it with our own tank. And I don't think that by the time that we get to the end here, we are going to be in a position to counter it with our own tank. We're going to try. It's going to be bleeding close. Okay, we just have to hope that this tank is able to... Oh, that the bazooka down there is just doing so much damage. Okay, so for next time, I think we need to run... We need to run a tank with... We need to run a tank with bazooka troops. Absolutely. That is very important. Let's bring in an assault team just because it's there. It's cheaper. We've defended ourselves for now, but I suspect that there's... Oh, no, there's no other tank coming along. That's good. That's good. And honestly, if we've got the only tank on the battlefield, that's a position that I will quite happily take. It's not long for this world. Don't get me wrong. It is absolutely not long for this world. But if they don't have another tank, then that's fine. The bazooka troops on the bottom here, let's hope that we can take him out before the tank gets destroyed. That was very wishful thinking. Bring in a... I feel like we should bring in a bazooka team. Bring in a bazooka team regardless. Also, have some troops coming down the center too. We're going to need that. I mean, but the bazooka troops are really, really bad against infantry. I mean, they're not. I mean, they're not bad against infantry, but they're but there's better stuff. This is actually surprising how we are countering the enemy. If I bring in a lieutenant here, for example, we've got lots of troops on the top two lanes. We got bazookas coming through just in case there's a tank. That feels pretty responsible, honestly, all things considered. My lieutenant now has the ability to call in air support, call in artillery, which I very much want to do. There's maybe going to be one more grouping of enemy, and then we can just take the throne. It's just that simple. Holy cow. Snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. Absolutely love to see it. What else do we want to pick up? Additional rounds? I mean, I've not used artillery yet. But I really would like tanks going faster and tank MG damage. Yes, I would like that. And then maybe resupply time for tanks. I mean, maybe I'd like to be able to get them cheaper, ideally. That is the crux of the problem. Should I deploy a tank? I can't deploy a tank on this level. Okay. So, here's what we're going to do. Get me a sniper. Get me some regular troops. Give me a mortar team coming in on the bottom. There's a 30 cal team up at the top. So, actually, that works out really, really well to have a sniper there and just try and take some pot shots. There is a mortar boy up at the top, which does kind of worry me a little bit. Let's see if we can try and deploy an officer. And you know what? Let's see if we can try and call in an artillery strike. I think that is what I want to do. That sniper is going to be harassed a lot. See if we can try and call in a mortar, our own artillery strike on this mortar. That did absolutely nothing. I clearly need to get something, yeah, additional rounds. That's what I need to get. Okay, that's their strafing operation. I think maybe I should have tried a strafing operation, quite frankly. Don't like the fact that they've got the gravestones over there. That is a bit worrying. 30 cal team. I'm going to bring in a 30 cal team because this sniper is absolutely not long for this world at all. Bring in another mortar? Sure. What the heck? We're going to just absolutely bombard them with mortars. We're going to do exactly what we can. Their bazookas are going to be effective on my entrenched position over here, but that's all right. Can I maybe bring in a lieutenant and see if we can try and do a strafing operation on this chump over there? We can certainly try. Yeah, and in fact, I'll do that. You can provide a little bit of morale to the bottom over there. And let's try again. Let's try again right there. Brilliant. Come on, take out the mortar. If we take out the mortar, do we get him? No, he's still gosh darned alive. Okay, you know what? We're going to go for a little strafing run. There we go. Finally, the mortar operator has been taken out. Unfortunately, it did cost us quite dearly. But that's all right. Okay, bring in another mortar operator. This is my plan now. I'm also going to send some troops straight down the center just to sort of soak up a little bit of the enemy assault. But the good news is that we're doing lots of mortar stuff. I think I'm going to take mortar accuracy and smoke rounds. Sure. Plus 25% explosives damage. Don't mind if I do. I will take that to the bank. Okay, that did wipe out my, what was it, my 30 cal team. But that's actually alright. Let's reinforce the 30 cal team over there. Perfect. We're going to get another mortar team as soon as we have the ability to do so. This central assault really wasn't meant to get this far. It was just meant to... It was honestly just meant to kind of chill there. But I think we'll push our 30 cal team. Sure. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to nab ourselves an additional mortar operator. This is great. This is great, because I know that all the mortars on the field right now are mine. My 30 cal team up top are in a bit of a compromising position, but I'll reinforce with 2 groups of riflemen down at the bottom here. And the enemy should just walk into an absolute bloodbath, to be honest. Absolute bloodbath. My mortar team. Smoke bomb? Yeah, do a smoke bomb over here. That's maybe a little bit too close, but Hopefully it'll protect my troops a little bit. Enemy morale is low. Brilliant. Let's push it. Let's push it. Grenades? No. Okay, that's fine. Right, some troops down the center. Another mortar operator. Brilliant. Why on earth is the mortar operator all the way up at the front line? No idea. But I love the ambition. Absolutely love the ambition. Right, we're gonna go straight down the center. We're gonna go at the top as well. Let's bring in a lieutenant to provide some moral support and throw in some more troops. Oof. That's a big loss there. Fine. Enemy morale is low. Love it. Keep pushing forward. Bring an entrenchment team just in case. In fact, yeah, there's definitely going to be a need for an entrenchment team. I need my officer, please. Officer? Officer? Lieutenant? Yes. I would love an airstrike or perhaps some artillery. Artillery is more expensive. Airstrike it is. There we go. Beautiful. Completely wipes them out. Love to see it. Oh, that was nasty. Yeah. I don't know. It feels worse when we lose the officer. I did bring in an extra officer. I'm not necessarily convinced that that's going to make a difference. The good news is that we have managed to successfully atrophy the enemy. Move the riflemen forward. Honestly, I credit entirely the fact that we have had mortars just banging away this entire time. I think prioritizing mortars is definitely suppressing fire. Nice. Grenade. Beautiful. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Amazing. Bring in another mortar operator. Sure. It just must be absolutely horrific being hounded by so much mortar fire. Bringing in a... I was going to say bring in a lieutenant there just to do a little bit of mop up with perhaps some of the active abilities. What does that give us? That gives us 25% resupply time for tanks. Yeah, I want to do something with tanks. But explosives damage, I really like explosives damage. We'll do resupply for tanks, sure. And then we'll see the last step. Oh, yes. Finally, we can get some tanks up and running. Okay, there's a tank on the bottom line. Let's go bazookas. Bazookas here. Oh, I should have... That was stupid. I should have... Hold on, let me... I can't restart. I can't restart from here. It's fine. I should have immediately rolled with a tank because it's the only time where you're going to get like the opportunity to go wholesale into tanks without losing some value. And I feel like I am going to lose some value a little bit anyway. Right. Let's save up. We'll get ourselves a tank next. We've got a bazooka operator already, so we are kind of protected. Path is blocked for armor. Yep, let's get a... I meant to click the bottom. That's fine. Okay. Bazooka operator. We're going to need to get in the middle. Main gun disabled. That absolutely sucks. That absolutely sucks. Let's get a bazooka operator in the center here. This is going to be miserable. Yeah, I really should have started with a tank. Are we going to be able to take it out? I hope so. It looks like they destroyed each other at roughly the same time. And by that I mean my bazooka operators did a great job of destroying the tank at the right time. Right, bring in a 30 cal team. The 30 cal team needs to get up to this point here. There's a lot of troops that are coming in. I need to also bring in a lieutenant. The lieutenant is going to be my way of cutting through the back lines, I was going to say. Because... Did you die? Oh my goodness, we're in a very pickly situation. Is there another tank on the way yet? No. Thankfully not. We can't even... Oh my lordy, we can't even manage to get through here. This is rough. This is very, very rough. Am I going to be able to even reinforce on the bottom line? The fact that they've managed to push up to there is really, really problematic. I'm going to throw in an assault team just so that I can try and get over this entrenched position here. My best chance might actually lay on the sort of bottom line. which just got absolutely decimated by an aircraft. That's a bazooka right there, so any entrenched position is going to be miserable. Okay. You know what? 10% damage for assault, 40% machine gun damage. I think I want to take the machine gun damage. Give me a sniper. We've tried with the 30 cal team. We're gonna try with the sniper. And you know what? You know where I'm going wrong? I don't have any mortar operators. I don't have any mortar operators. I don't have any tanks. Let's get some tanks. We're gonna get a mortar team. We're gonna get some tanks. Bring in a mortar team first to at least support some of the half-hearted offensives that we seem to be undertaking. And then we're going to deploy a team here, and then I promise we're going to save for a tank. We're going to save for a tank after these chumps all die, which is going to be very, very quick. Although, the good news is that we got the snipers, so we should be able to hold off a little bit. Do I want to put the tank on the north? Is there a mortar? Is a mortar here? You know what? Let's put the tank on the bottom. I'm saving. Right, put you in there. Mortar operator still here. I know we need to be able to defend this position. And the tank time, it's time. Okay, tank's going on the bottom. It's just a feeling that I have. And let's just hope that the mortar doesn't hit it. Either way, it should be able to absolutely decimate everything. That's the dream. My morale is low. If I can get a lieutenant, that would be fantastic. How on earth did the tank manage to get down to 50% HP already? That's a real kicker. Not exactly ideal. But we are providing some moral support. Or morale support, I should say. Thanks to this lieutenant, which is important. Tank is losing HP rapidly. But we have made some pretty significant gains. And if we take out these units as well before the tank dies, that would be great. I'm going to save up for another tank. The tank is good. It's on 1% HP. Okay. Okay, you are here. Bring in a strafing aircraft. Beautiful. Amazing. Okay, well that kind of destroyed me. That's fine. Either way, I'm gonna save up. I'm gonna save up for another tank. We can absolutely get another tank. We've got an entrenched position now. It's good. I lost a little bit of ground there. I don't know what it was. Bring in a tank up north. And we should be able to take these units. And in fact, if we can't, I'll call in some air support. And in fact, I might call in some air support anyway. The tank is coming through now. There we go. Okay, brilliant. Bring in air support to take out these units. And you wipe out the bazooka troopers as well. That just makes me very, very happy indeed. Okay, this is good. So, tank is going to be up against some non-specialized units that are not great at taking out units. Bring in some more regular troops. Honestly, I think I just want to spam out as many regular troops as we possibly can. If I do that, then we should be okay. There's a bazooka trooper up there. Let's see if we can try and respond with... There we go. See if we can try and respond with an airstrike before the... Yes! Before the, before it's able to get its bazooka off. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Morale is low, but I'm fighting through. Bring in some more units. Move you up. Move everybody up. Move everybody up. Go, 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 go. We are supporting ourselves on just a sliver of morale provided, I believe, thanks to the officers. Bring in some more troops. Some assault teams. Not like we need them, but it's fine. Is good. Is very good. Is very, very good, in fact. It is very, very good. I cannot believe that we managed to pull that one. Yeah, you try to throw in a bazooka. It's too late. I was ready for your shenanigans. I was absolutely ready for your shenanigans. And look at that. We've completed the campaign as well, which is pretty darn fantastic. Yeah, I think we're going to wrap that up right about there, ladies and gents. The Warfare Legacy Collection. Oh, I love it. I love these classic Flash games. I love the fact that it now comes with a whole bunch of goodies. And you know what? There's some more campaigns as well. 1917, the original Flash game, and then the brand new sort of campaign for this specific... thank you. No. For this specific version of the game, the Battle of the Bulge. Very cool indeed. Anyway, we're going to wrap it up for now. Thank you ever so much for watching. I've been Orbital Potato. I'll catch you next time. Bye.